fun? Got it. Do you think it would be fun to do an exercise now? Maybe that exercise that we were just talking about, or should we keep focused on their preparations for like I could give them some backstory on rehearsal kind of stuff, rehearsing and arranging and stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question for them. What do y'all think? Would you rather kind of hear some of her backstory on the arranging side and like some band stuff, and you know what I'm saying there?
And then
Or
we could save the exercise for later if you want.
yeah, we could always come back to that. Or that's the other option if everybody wants to dive into an exercise. Do we just want to do a vote, or does anybody have any leanings? Well, we do and we don't. She has to head off at 5:30 today. So cool. All right, we're getting arranging.
Awesome. So my 7:30 is your 5:30, right? Just double
Yes.
checking. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
exactly right.
So I am a big fan of arranging, and I'll just give you a little bit of backstory on like where I'm coming from as an arranger. So I studied classical guitar in high school, and then I went to the new school for jazz performance in college. And I'm coming from like a very rich musical upbringing of like listening to Appalachian folk music and Irish folk music and classical music and string orchestra, quartet, all this kind of stuff. Um, and so my influences are very much all over the place. In school, I learned everything that I needed to learn about making lead sheets and putting music into finale and things like that. But I found myself getting a little bit frustrated as a band leader translating those lead sheets and those scores and things into to band leading with my band, the Becca Stevens band. And a few rehearsals in, and part of the reason why it was frustrating is I had these like 10-page long, like unwieldy scores that were like falling on the floor and stuff. And I said to my bandmates, I was like, do you guys like to read from the sheet music, or do you kind of like to learn things by ear? And they were like, yes, yes, ear. Like all of them across the board were preferring to learn the stuff by ear and commit it to memory so that our performances had less sheet music. And I'm bringing this up because it was at that time that I started to get really into demo making so that I still had something to give to them for before our first rehearsal. So I would go into GarageBand, track, I first set up the file so that it was like the file kind of looked like my band with like a guitar track, a track for my vocal, a track for my background vocals of the bass player, background vocals of the keyboard player, and then a track for keyboard and drums. Um, and then I used my DAW, which was GarageBand at the time, now Logic, and I used that like sort of as a palette or as a score, so that then it was more visual for me seeing this in front of me, knowing like, okay, I need to fill in some part for the keyboard, I need to fill in some part. Ooh, I have some capabilities for vocals here, and yada yada. And then this also meant that by bringing in this demo, they were, instead of just seeing it on the page and being expected to like understand exactly the vibe of what they're supposed to play, they're hearing it first and getting that in their ears and knowing sort of like what my intention was from the get-go. I don't know how much time the musicians have. You said there's a keyboard player and a drummer that are going to be performing these? Are they going to be doing any preparation, or are they like seeing everything for the first time on that first day?
They will get a Google Drive folder with demos, just kind of like
Ooh.
the basic demo of a guitar vocal or piano vocal. They'll get a lead sheet, you know, which would be our chart, you know, which would just be the chords in measure format, and then like one or two comparison songs, just for you know what each of these students wants for
Oh, that's
kind of
really
like
cool.
a ballpark, you know, for like yeah, let's put it in this genre or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's how we set it up. But I mean, I'm curious, you know, yeah, like what your I'm curious what your
Yeah.
thoughts are on that, or if you'd have other preparation ideas, or you know, yeah, and also just that question of like when they are taking this rehearsal with the band, what can they be focusing on? I mean, each of them has a relatively short time
Yeah, because that'll fly by. The more information that you can give them in that demo, I think the better, because it will help to inform, like, even if the demo has more in it than what they can um, create, it will help to inform their playing. So like, instead of just receiving a lead sheet that's just like chords and they don't know, like, well, do you want this arpeggiated, how fast, what kind of vibe are you looking for? This demo is going to be an amazing way for them to be like, oh, okay, so how about this. And I feel the same way about I'll turn this down a little bit, I'm getting echo. I feel the same way about information that I give to drummers. Like, I feel like, for me at least, like, telling a drummer exactly what I want on my song is like the hardest thing out of everyone in the band, because it feels kind of the farthest from what I'm used to communicating. And even just giving like a table drumming pattern to a drummer, or even like dragging in a drum loop from Logic or GarageBand that is like closest to the one that you're looking for, goes a long way, because they'll be able to use that as a springboard, and it'll shave off like 10 minutes of you guys troubleshooting and trying to find the beat that you're looking for. And then again, your idea of using like reference tracks is awesome and amazing too. um but I would say, let's see, for your lead sheet, like, for the demo, more is more. For the lead sheet, keep it as clear, crystal clear, and uncomplicated as possible. So kind of less is more on the lead sheet. On the lead sheet, you want to try and um, go for as few pages as possible. So anytime there's a repeat, um, don't don't write it out so it's on like 6 pages. Try and fit it all into like 1 or 2 pages, so there's fewer page turns and kerfuffles. And on the top, give some guidance as to the vibe. So like, you can say something like bossa or swing feel or rock ballad, or you could be like a little more original and say like uh, dreary trudge through a sad snowy day at BPM 60. You could be more personalized with it, um, to give like indication of what the actual emotions are behind it. But I would say for your lead sheet, definitely have the chords. And what's really helpful to especially keyboard players and guitar players, like accompanying musician players, is to have the melody there as well. um, and lyrics are helpful too, melody and lyrics for on the lead sheet when possible, as long as it doesn't make it like crazy long. And then if you have background harmonies that you really care about and that you really want to happen with the song, and that maybe you want the keyboard player to incorporate in their part, and put those in the melody line as well. And if you have like a clave or like a feel that you want to be kind of like incorporated in the drum part, put that in a staff below it with dashes and X's. It doesn't have to move like notes. It can just all be along the middle line of the staff, so they have this like this rhythm that, so if there's like a boom boom boom, something, if there's like a kind of groove that you want him to follow, you can put that as like a reference down at the bottom, or just have him get it out of the demo. Trying to think if there's anything else. If the keyboard player is playing like synthesizer or keyboard, or is he playing piano, he or she?
It'll be either or, just depending on yeah what the student wants on that particular song. Some
Yeah.
students will play piano, so it'll probably be like synth on those, but on other ones it can be kind of either. So
Yeah, in that case, maybe it would be nice to also write at the top of the lead sheet any kind of effects or sounds that you're looking for from the keyboard player. So if you want things to be um, sustained legato synthy sounds, or more staccato, like pointillistic arpeggiated rhythmic versus like orchestral, things like that. That'll go a long way. Because think about, um, these musicians are coming in and they're going to be learning a lot of music, and they're like, this is, it's kind of more for them than it, like it's a lot of information to take in, and the more guidance that you can give them, the better that they can serve you. So um, don't hold back from finding ways to communicate exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. um Trying to think. So as far as just like arranging backstory in my career, let me put this on. You can see your face is a little bigger. You feel so far away. um I once got nominated for a Grammy for arranging, and I feel like I should be better at jumping in and talking about this. um there was a song on Wonder Bloom that it was actually the song that I struggled with the arrangement most, that was nominated. It was the song that I almost threw in the trash can the most times, the highest number of times. And to bring things back to the collaborative conversation, it was actually opening myself up to like bringing in other musicians on that song that helped me to get to the end of it, because initially I just had like all these different versions and it was all over the place and I couldn't find my way with it. But then I started to bring people in and edit what they had sent me and craft things around what they had sent me. And from that point, I started to see the way. So it's great that you guys are singing on each other's songs for this performance, because I think that could help to fill things out a bit on the arranging front. I see a lot of head nodding, but I'm curious if you guys have any questions, like any more direct questions for me about this process, arranging and stuff like that. Yeah,
Here's another question. Um,
great.
I don't know what your experience is in reading lead sheets from other people, but maybe this is something that you can answer too. Of what is the most strange specific thing you have either written on a lead sheet or seen on a lead sheet? The
Mm.
most oddly specific thing, like, flavor text, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of giving unique names to sections of songs and also giving unique names to vibes and feelings of songs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I find that makes it like more memorable, and kind of like what I was saying with the trudge through the snowy day, and um, but I would say stuff like that, like above sections where it says like um, uh, full of full of existential doubt, or like things that are like written above the sections that you're like, whoa, that's really deep. Or I'm thinking of a composer named Timo Andrus who's written some stuff like that above. Above sections, so I can't remember. I lost you. What happened?
Just got frozen.
I think you're
Oh
back.
no.
Yeah, I think it's back now.
Okay.
You seem good.
All right. I'm at my mom's, and I don't know if that was my internet or yours. Has it been jumpy on my end?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying that it's nice to come up with creative names for sections. You can still have ABCD or verse, chorus, stuff like that there, but then also next to it, you can be like, dreamy section or funky section, or you could even give insights into the story, which I've done before. Like, this is the this is the part where like this is the part where they're in the battlefield, so you could be like B battlefield, verse introspective, verse anthemic, giving little cues to like what's happening in the story emotionally, or in sort of like the cinematography or in the narrative, things like that.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. Cool, you guys. Well, we've got about an hour left. Any other questions for me? There are no wrong questions. Don't be shy. And I'm here to fill your brains with information on anything you want to know. So don't be shy. Why don't we do a little bit of something creative to get our blood flowing? Oh, please come forward. Yeah.
Hi. So I was just wondering, you grew up in North Carolina, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sick. Like what area?
Winston Salem.
Okay, so I grew up in Greensboro and I lived like 30 minutes from Winston-Salem.
Woo woo. That's awesome.
Yeah, did you get a lot of like your like musical influence like from North Carolina?
Kind of. Yeah, my dad's kind of like he's a bit of a jack of all trades in that he studied classical voice, but he's also like a bit of a mountain music guy. Like
Okay, yeah.
he was like in a bluegrass band when he was my age, and he plays banjo and fiddle and hurdy-gurdy and dulcimer, and all kinds of like mandolin. Like, there were just all kinds of instruments everywhere as a kid, so I was very influenced by that physical environment, all the instruments around me, and also a lot of the music that he played for us as kids. I like associate with the landscape there and with my upbringing for sure.
Very cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Um, yeah. All right. So, shall we do a little exercise together to get the juices flowing in our brains? It's always so hard to like connect over this format from so far away, but we can get creative together, and
I think that
I don't know
sounds
if you
great.
guys need a 2-minute break to go to the bathroom before we dive into something.
Yeah, and it also depends. I mean, I would love, and I'm sure everybody would, to have your direction on a creative time. I also want to just check in with everybody and see how we're doing on like with an hour left. We have one, two, three, four, five, six. We have technically 10 people here, I think. And I don't know if everybody, just by a show of hands, would everybody want to share something, or would we?
Ooh, I would like to do that. Okay, I didn't realize we were trying to do that.
So most people, was that a no or okay? And Avery, cool. Okay. So eight or ish, 8 or 9. That
Let's
will
do
have
that.
shares. So yeah, we could also just jump right into that, and that way we have plenty of
Yes,
time to
100%.
hear people's songs. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And then if you have any creative exercises that we can even follow up on email, and I can just share with them next week or something. That
perfect.
would be
I
amazing
mean,
because yours last time
or
was
not. I'm more into hearing them than the sound of myself rambling about things.
it's been great so far.
Oh, good.
Okay, so let's transition to that. Sydney, do you want to start? So I'm gonna set you up pretty close to the computer just so I can see. And you want to stand or sit? Sit. That is.
And just curious, what kind of feedback? How should I gear my feedback for these? For this? Are we doing full songs or sections? And
Why don't we let's see. Yeah, I think we'll have time for full songs. Let's get as far as we can with that, and then if we need to transition over to choruses, we can do that. Um, and then yeah, so Sydney, is this one that you're gonna play for the concert, or just one playing? Okay, so this is
missed what you said, Owen. Somewhat.
Sorry, she's this is just like an older song that she wrote, so she's just mainly looking for song feedback predominantly, but also like a little bit of performance stuff if there's anything
Okay.
from that standpoint.
Hi.
Hello.
What? Oh. I keep the flowers in the pockets of my jeans. Is that good?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Can you hear
Oh
me?
yeah. I can hear your voice in your youth. What's your name and the name of the song?
So okay, my name's Sydney, and the song is called Flowers. So
Awesome.
I'm okay. Yeah, I just got on here.
I'm gonna mute myself while you play.
Okay, sure. It's okay. I keep the flowers in the pockets of my jeans. I had them from the last time you gave them to me. Now it's all I have left from the time that we spent, and I'm trying to move on, but all I want is to hold on. Why can't I see I'm better off without you? I'm trying to breathe, but nothing else compares to you. And I know that it's dumb, thinking you were the one, and I should give my heart a break. But why can't I see that I'm enough for me? You pick off every friend, you treat me like a flower, as delicate can be. You pick off every petal as a way to keep me from living in the light and blinded by your side. And I'm trying to move on, but all I want is to hold on. Why can't I see I'm better off without you? I'm trying to breathe, but nothing else compares to you. And I know that it's dumb, thinking you were the one, and I should give my heart a break. But why can't I see that I'm enough for me? For me. I'm enough for me. I'm enough for me.
Woo! Sydney, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for filling our hearts and ears with music. Beautiful, beautiful song. Um, so this is called Flowers, right?
Yes.
Gorgeous lyrics, beautiful song, such a sweet, sweet voice.
Thank you.
So I'm supposed to give you some sort of constructive feedback. So that's what I'm going to do, even though I also believe that to you and to everyone who's going to share their songs today, that if you want to leave the song exactly the way that it is, that's your prerogative because you're the songwriter, and it's not for me to say that there's a right or a wrong there. It's artistic expression. So I'm just going to give you some feedback of things that maybe I would do if I wanted to kind of like deepen the certain aspects of it, but you can take it or leave it. It's just ideas. So the first thing that sort of popped out to me is something that could be really nice and really effective if you were to deepen it a little bit is the rhythm in the ukulele, and I'm fully aware that that's easier said than done. Like sometimes taking something that you've been doing one way for a long time and making it more complicated can take weeks to kind of like dial it into your body. I've been there before, but I do think that when done correctly, it can be so effective and create some nice contrast in the sections of your song. So like for example, the jung jagung jagung jung jagung jung works really nicely in the A section or in the verse, but then I think it's a ba 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 the B section. Is that correct? Sort of like
That's actually the verse, I think.
so the chorus. Sing for me the chorus or the either the pre-chorus or the chorus again.
Why can't I see I'm better off without you?
Yeah, and now do it for me one time with the ukulele.
Why, can't I see I'm better off without you?
Yeah, great. Um, you so just a couple examples. What chords are you playing?
A minor to D minor.
Um, so you could be like jung 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 jung, or you could be like you know, some you can like get into like different so that you're going from junga 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 and I see you know, with these like little pauses after it, so it creates a totally different kind of like momentum in that section. Or you could even do you could be like, why can't I see you know, it could just be like downbeats, or it could be solid eighth notes, kind of muted. So it's like exciting, you know. But ask yourself, what is the and this sort of goes with the I think not Linus, khaki leg. This goes with Leg's question about charts and sort of my answer about section names. When you're sitting down with the song and thinking about like what is my character feeling during that section and how can I heighten that with the ukulele part, because maybe the ukulele part in the verse is just kind of walking along, just walking along the beach, but maybe in the B section or in the pre-chorus and the chorus you want to create more tension, more drama, more excitement. And so think about a ukulele part that could help to drive your song in that direction. The only other thing I would say, there was one spot where, and this is just like a performance thing, it's, you know, take it or leave it, like there was one spot where you made a mistake and no one would have ever known if you hadn't shown us with your face. You like laughed at yourself a little bit, and I actually thought it was this cool musical moment. I wouldn't have known that you were making a mistake. So you can like you can just correct it without anyone ever knowing that you made a mistake. If you don't laugh at yourself, we won't know. um yeah, I would just say think about dynamics and use the ukulele and different accompanying patterns on the ukulele and different like also dynamic ideas in the voice, so that you're not creating this volume that's going like this across, but you're creating these peaks and valleys along the way. That's my note in a nutshell for you, Sydney.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful song though, and you can leave it exactly how it is, and it's beautiful exactly how it is.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for sharing. Who's next?
song I'm playing for my junior recital. It's not the one I'm playing for SSE concert, so I could also ask for that as well. I'm like looking over here, but I know you're right there. Hi. I'm gonna tune it just real quick. But yeah, so it's like a 2-ish minute song, so it's pretty short, but it's fun. So.
Cool. And what's it called?
It's called Make Them Jealous.
And what's your name?
Britta, like the water filter.
Oh, I remember you from last time.
Yep, that's me. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over a little bit. Okay. This is Make Them Jealous.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Let's cross the T's and dot the I. When you tattoo my name on your skin and prove to them that you're mine. Leave my lipstick stain on your lips. I wanna make them jealous with your hand on my back. Won't take their eyes off of us, watch them overreact. I wanna kiss you in public, let's make a scene. You are what they can't have, 'cause you're with me. Fit me in to your conversations, so they know that I'm the air that you breathe. I'll wear your jacket, that's an education in what it really means to have loyalty. I wanna make them jealous with your hand on my back. Won't take their eyes off of us, watch them overreact. I wanna kiss you in public, let's make a scene. You are what they can't have, 'cause you're with me. Make them jealous with your affections, drive them crazy with our connection. Don't be scared to show your obsession with me. Make them jealous with your affections, drive them crazy with our connection. Don't be scared to show your obsession. I wanna make them jealous with your hand on my back. Won't take their eyes off of us, watch them overreact. I wanna kiss you in public, let's make a scene. You are what they can't have, 'cause you're with me. Make them jealous with your hand on my back. Won't take their eyes off of us, watch them overreact. I wanna kiss you in public, let's make a scene. You are what they can't have, 'cause you're with me. Yay!
Woo! Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome, Britta. This is such a great song. It's so freaking catchy and strong.
Yay. Thank
Why were you laughing at yourself?
you. When? Oh, because my voice kind of like went a little weird.
I loved that shit.
Okay, good.
That, like, embrace it. When your voice did that, like, bluesy distortion thing, it was like that was the greatest moment.
Sweet.
Yeah. No one's allowed to laugh at themselves anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Such a great hook, such a great song. I loved your guitar accompaniment, the way that it created these different contrasting sections and dynamic peaks and valleys and stuff, just to kind of link back to what we were talking about with Sydney. Great guitar accompanying shaping of the song. Really good.
Thank you.
So what I would work on with you, if I had to choose something, and again, take it or leave it, I would ask you, what does the character who's speaking in this song look like? And don't be afraid to get specific. Who is she and what does she look like?
She's blonde
Mm-hmm.
and fun and
Mm-hmm.
energetic and a little like, what is it, like wants things to be hers. Like that's why the whole song is like make them jealous. Like she like wants people to know her territorial.
Yes. And what is she wearing?
Oh, I don't know. jeans,
Like in
a white sweater, and boots. I'm just kidding.
Great. Uh-huh. Is she like in the music video?
Yes.
What does she
Okay.
look like?
She's probably wearing. I love to wear leather pants, so like probably leather
That's what I
pants.
was picturing.
Oh my gosh. I'm like so nervous right now. My face is burning.
I am too. So
Okay, good.
yeah,
And yeah, I don't know, like red lipstick. I don't know. I feel like she's like very like empowered, like
totally.
yes type person.
That I'm glad to hear you say that. That's the direction that I was kind of leaning in, but I felt like we didn't quite get there.
Okay.
And so that's what I would say just in the performing of this song as you're practicing at home. Picture this energy, which is a little it's a little it's a little less good girl. Like it's a little more like the leather pants and the red lipstick and what happens to the lead character at the end of Grease, you know, when she
Yes.
like changes her outfit and suddenly she's like a different character, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's gonna help in the delivery of the lyric. Right now, it's very like clear, which is great, but I think it could be more like how you would speak it in the phrasing and how she would speak it, like this kind of like um it was like nail it was 100% in the chorus. It was more the verse where I was hearing do a little bit of the verse for me so I can be more clear too.
Yes.
So let's do a little bit of the verse after the first chorus.
Okay. Fit me in
Mm-hmm.
to your conversations, so they know that I'm the air that you breathe. I'll wear your jacket. That's an education in what it really means to have loyalty.
Okay, pause. You're already doing it. Did you feel a difference?
Yes.
So just having that character in the back of your mind, it like your voice got like kind of darker and like a little more, I don't want to say seductive, but
Sassy.
like luring you in, sassy, exactly. Did you guys feel it too? Like it was just like a little more it was like hitting more the target or something. So instead of fit me in like with a smile, it's more like fit me in, like got a little sass to it, and that's going to help to sell your character and the clarity of the narrative.
Awesome.
But that's it. Like that's all that I would really say. That, and don't laugh at yourself when your voice does amazing
Yes.
things.
Thank you.
Cool, awesome job, Britta. Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who's next?
Britta, did you leave your phone open?
I did. Thank you for seeing that. Or left it here.
Hi, Becca.
Hello again.
Cool. I missed one of the like song cycles this semester, so I would like to play you the song that I had written for that one. Get some
Cool.
feedback.
And what's that called?
I don't really have a name for it that I like. I don't know. It like because I can't really find anything within the song that's like speaking to me as like this is the name, and I can't really find anything outside of the song.
Gotcha. Well, I will think about that too. And you're Linus, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go on mute.
Ooh. Not yet.
set myself up for disappointment, but I can't help how I feel for you. I'm going to bed now, and I'm trying my hardest to drown myself in your smile, breathlessly in denial. Something about the way you look at me makes it hard to speak. Falling down the stairs, I'm getting vertigo as I drive home. No emotion unturned, except being in love with you. But I don't want to admit it. Without the touch of your lips or the taste of your spit, it's just conjecture. Something about the way you look at me makes me weak in the knees. I'm living for you, and you have to be the one that kills me. Oh, I'll just love you endlessly, my dear, and I don't wanna feel the same way I do for anyone else ever again, 'cause no one compares. So no more wishful thinking. So no more is here what my heart wants to see. No more wishful thinking. Something about the way you look at me makes me want to believe.
That's it.
Yay! Woo! Yes, Linus. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm trying to draw these threads between Sydney, Britta, and now Linus. So what we were talking about with Britta about the character, this is like, I know exactly who your character is. I know how he or she is feeling. I see the music video. I see the story. I see the car ride and the intimacy between the character and the like broken-hearted love interest. I mean, I see it all. Like the delivery is freaking 110%. And it's interesting. I feel like you're kind of I have the opposite thing with you that I did with Britta, where the character is 110%, but I'm having a harder time with the clarity of the lyric. So there were some places where I wasn't sure what you were saying, even though I could feel it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then the only other thing, and it's so hard for me to pick this apart because I feel like I would listen to this already on a record. Like it reminds me of some of my favorite Jeff Buckley stuff.
Oh,
Are you a Jeff Buckley fan?
I've listened to Grace a few times. I really like his voice.
I wonder if you and Jeff Buckley have listened to some of the same people. There's like a kindred feeling there that I really am digging. Um, but yeah, there's what was I getting at with that? Which is that I'm leaving the song. I always think about this with songwriting. Like, what is the part that stays with you after you've heard the song? And for me right now, it's the da, 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 feels like the hook. But that was like an outro, right? Was that um and the chorus for me, I can't remember it.
It
Something
was
about
kind of like I didn't really have a chorus. It was more like a refrain.
gotcha.
Something about the
Something
way you
about the
look at
way
me, and then I changed that. The
the
next
ending,
line
yeah.
every
So it's
time.
like makes me weak in the knees, makes me want, yeah. So it's like the last lyric. I was thinking that was the hook or the chorus or whatever. I think your delivery of that, like your phrasing of it, if you're open to adjusting anything, I would say the rhythmic phrasing of that part could be more direct or like more
Okay.
so that each time it happens it's more similar to each other, so there is more of that sense of familiarity when it happens.
Right. Yeah.
That way when we hear it, it feels like a return to something familiar, and then when we leave the song it's like we can sing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, because you were looking for a title, I wrote down some things about the way that this made me feel. I wrote down heart tug, like it really, the song, like immediately your guitar playing was like tugging on my heart and making me feel nostalgic and heartbroken. And I also wrote down some lyrics that I thought would make really cool titles. Vertigo. I don't know if you already considered that. As I drive
I
home.
didn't.
Really, I
Yeah.
love. I mean, it's like a famous movie title, but
Yeah. But I like
as I drive home is cool. Don't want to admit it. Something cool there. Just conjecture is cool. Um, no more wishful thinking also feels like relevant to what the character is experiencing. Um, but here I'll put those in the chat, and then
Okay.
you can. But yeah, vertigo would be cool, or no more wishful thinking. There, now they're in the chat. So yeah, that's the only thing I would say is just think about the phrasing of the chorus to make it more of an arrival point, to make it more of something that I can remember now after hearing the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amazing work, Linus. Really beautiful, heart wrenching, awesome delivery.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. Whoop, whoop. This is fun. This is so much more fun for me than blah blah blahing.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay though. I don't have my car today, so I'm pretty sure if it's like an hour, I was passing one of my friends last night, so it was like thank you so much, Becca.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
thank you.
We're just gonna transfer the mics over to the piano now, so just take a
Cool.
second.
I love that yellow music stand. Great.
So it'll be still.
Yeah, that's perfect. Is this a good distance? Okay.
I can hear you.
Alright. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But I can't see you.
Yeah. Hello.
There you you are. What's your name?
I'm Hallie.
Allie. And did I meet you last time?
No.
Allie. Okay.
Yeah, so this song is called Stay With Me.
It's called what?
It's called Stay With Me.
Stay with. All right. I'm going on mute.
Should I skip the intro so that everybody gets a turn? Okay.
I swore I'd never love again. I tell them that I'm no good at pretending. Don't know how many minutes we have left. I've waited my whole life for this. Just to let me have the time I've missed. So don't fall asleep. Stay with me. I just wanna be here with you. You're all I see. My heart is here between these sheets. I swore I'd never trust again. I didn't wanna hurt, but I'll hurt for you. I question all reality, but if I feel you here with me, my dear, then how can I be dreaming? So don't fall asleep. Stay with me. I just wanna look at you while you look at me. Keep you under covers. All my fears relieved. When you're with me. Nowhere but here. Oh, is where I wanna be. So don't fall asleep. Stay with me. I just wanna look at you while you look at me. Keep you under covers. All my fears relieved. When you're with me. So stay with me. My heart is here between these sheets.
Yummy.
Thank you.
Woo. Beautiful, beautiful, Hallie. Hallie, right? Not Haley.
Hallie.
Hallie. Beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous delivery. Your voice is stunning, and I have like crystal clear ringing in my mind, like we were talking about with Linus, this idea of like the earworm or the catchy factor of the song. From the moment that you started the first chorus, don't fall asleep, stay with me. It was like boom, like from the first chorus, I was like, yes, this is a chorus, super strong. And I really loved the line, I just want to look at you while you look at me. I was like, no, it's so direct and sweet, and I can see it and I can feel it, and it's just a great lyric. Um, I sort of feel like you're selling yourself short with this title, to be honest. Take it or leave it. Like if you're already attached to it and it's like printed on album titles, then don't even worry about it. It's neither here nor there. But I just think there's probably a billion songs called Stay With Me, and there's so much other lyrical material that you have here that you could draw from that might even be more accurate to what you're saying.
That's
Um,
very true. Yeah.
I think one of the strongest lines for me of the whole song was just let me have the time I missed. I love that. And I know that would be like a long title, but maybe the time I missed, or there's the other options in there. And I think you could, because when you say the name of a song before you play it, it already creates a spark that is the feeling that the listener is having during the listening experience. And stay with me, immediately I think of stay with me, you know. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. And then only other thing I thought could be effective is over the intro chords whenever they happen. It'd be kind of interesting to have like a wordless vocal instrumental hook. So you have your chorus hook. It's super strong. It's great. You don't need another hook. But I just thought that having some kind of really simple like ooh or ah or la line that you sing over the introduction could be really nice. So like play the intro for me one more time. Yeah, pause. You could even sort of like give a prequel or like a foreshadowing the chorus there. I mean, the melody could be anything, but one idea could be something like ooh, twice.
I
Just
like
try
that.
it. See how it feels. Yeah, mess around with that. Maybe the last note is too obvious, but yeah, messing around with something like that, you could like alter the melody a little bit, or you could do it on another vowel or something just to like glue it in. So so that we feel you from the beginning.
Totally.
Or it could be a totally different melody too. But anyway, this is a great song, Hallie. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. It's
Thank you
beautiful.
so much. Thanks,
Yeah,
Veronica.
no problem.
Hello again.
Hello.
Okay, I need to play these chords really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I just haven't played this song on piano for a minute, so.
Yeah.
Um, originally I showed this song with a track and like harmonies and everything. So if I fuck up, it's on me. But hey, This song is called Heel. It's Heal, not like the bottom of your foot.
And what's your name?
Josh.
Awesome. Keep on mute.
Sorry if I come off closed off. Seen a lot of shit, unresolved shit, so don't take it personal if I need time to heal. Disconnecting from the pain in the past. I know I shouldn't have cut you off, but that's what needed to happen. My way of not facing confrontation. So I forgive everything you did, everything I did, and I acknowledge that we both fucked up. End of the story. Sorry if I come off closed off. Seen a lot of shit, unresolved shit, so don't take it personal if I need time to heal. If I need time to heal. Been 2 years, but I feel the weight that you're still sending my way. You can numb the pain with a new lover, but that will never heal what we discovered together. You may think you've got it figured out, but nothing will change unless we take out the blame. Then you know, and I know that this is the path we would take. Sorry if I come off closed off. Seen a lot of shit, unresolved shit, so don't take it personal if I need time to heal. If I need time to heal. And I only ever wished you the best and all the happiness. Time to heal. And I only ever wished you the best and all the happiness. Time to heal. Oh. There we go.
Woo! Good job. Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Man, I love your voice and your delivery so much. You have such an incredible instrument. It's
Thank
like
you so much.
go anywhere. Amazing. Let's see. What would I focus on? One of my favorite things about this song is that it feels like we're getting to take a ride into your consciousness. Like it almost feels like we're getting to like read the characters journaling. Like it's so direct and so personal and so almost like stream of consciousness that it almost is more like it's like a stream of consciousness set to music rather than the feeling that they're like structured. It feels like it's not trapped in structure or trapped in rhyme or trapped in any any kind of regular songwriting uh like restrictions. It's more like we're just floating through this space in your consciousness and through your journaling. But I do think that because of that, I don't have a sense of, I mean, I kind of know what I think the chorus is. The sorry if I come off sorry if I come off closed off. Is that the chorus?
Yeah.
And I think that because the accompaniment right now is sort of this cycling three chord, same rhythm, same harmony, it's hard to tell. And then the melody of that section changes every time. It's hard to, I think I said something similar to Linus, but it's hard to get a sense of familiarity on the chorus. And so I think that that could use a little bit of love and care, a little bit of TLC there. So, and another thing too, will you sing the chorus for me again, just so I can
Yeah.
get that in my brain?
Yeah, I fucked up on the chords, but yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Sorry if I come off closed off. Seen a lot of shit, unresolved shit, so don't take it personal. If I need time to heal.
Great. One of the things that I loved, there was a line right before the chorus, so I forgive everything you did, everything I did. Can you sing that for me too?
Yeah. So wait, let me get the lyrics up real quick. So confrontation. So I forgive everything you did, everything I did, and I acknowledge that we both fucked up. End of the story. And it goes to the chorus.
And then it goes into the chorus, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I loved about that, so I forgive everything you did, like rhythmically and melodically, it stays with you, it grabs you. Like the moment that you sang that, I was like, oh, I sat on the edge of my seat and I was like, ooh, this is really melodically and rhythmically like pulling me in. And if you could inject some of that kind of magic into the chorus, I think it would serve you. Right now, the chorus sort of feels like it's you're just kind of hanging on these two notes that are going back and forth with the three chords. Yeah, da, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to hear more in like possibly in like the slightly higher register of your voice, like you did in the "So I Forgive Everything," and having just maybe a little more fun with the melody, but also repeating it another time. So like the second chorus, you remember the first chorus and you're like, oh, this is the chorus. And maybe there is also something you could do with the keyboard on the chorus that's different from the rest of the song with the chords so that
Yeah.
it creates more contrast too. And I know you need to spend more time with that because you're not usually playing it on piano. You did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's my 2 cents, just to give some love to the chorus to make it more of this like arrival, that more dynamic, more of like a blast of like wah excitement, you know.
Yeah,
Beautiful job though.
Thank you so
It
much.
feels like such an honest expression. I love listening.
Thank you so much.
Bravo, Josh.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hello.
This is an older song. I think it was the first or second semester I was at school, so it was a while ago. But it's called The Music Box.
Cool. And what's your name?
Laura.
I was also just gonna say, Becca, we have 2 people left, so just whatever you have time for. If you can get to both, that'd be great. But
2 people after Laura?
no, including Laura.
Me and one other.
Cool. That's perfect.
you made for with nary a doubt. Bring comfort and joy to the small. Since you know what you're made for, be it simple or small, you seem happy to be who you are. La-di-da, 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 da-da-da, la-di-da, 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 la-di-da. La-di-da, 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 da-da-da, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. And the ending was messed up, but oh well.
Don't you dare! No, you finish that song. Finish him. Finish him properly. Yeah. Do the ending one more time.
Starting from where?
Wherever you want. I just want you to feel good at the end.
Good luck with that. La-di-da, 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 da-da-da. La-di-da, la-di-da, da-di-da. La-di-da, 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 da-da-da. Much better. Yay.
Woo! I love this song. It feels like a has like a folk format. It has this like kind of folky standard vibe. And then, by the way, we were talking about instrumental hooks. This is a perfect example of a great instrumental hook. I mean, what does everyone have stuck in their head right now? Yeah, totally, 100%. It's like it's so effective, isn't it? Because you also had other hooks embedded in your writing, but this one was really strong and it carried the song in this really nice way. It gives you space from the lyric, but you still feel like we're staying with you in that space, staying with your voice. And this da da da, I'm like picturing it in an actual music box. Um, Even if, like one day when you put this on a record, it'd be cool to have that on like glockenspiel or something to give it that music box sound. Yes, instrumental hook, bravo. And by the way, in the folk format of writing where you have sort of like verse, 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 with like verse hook, verse hook, verse hook. Um, these instrumental hooks really help a lot to create that sense of familiarity. But you also had a bridge in here, I think, right? One thing I would say about the bridge is that it was a little bit similar in register and accompaniment and a little bit in the harmony, in the harmonic accompaniment to the other parts of the song. So it was, had a sense that it was a bridge, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I don't know how you guys feel about bridges. One of my favorite things about one of the things that I notice about my favorite bridges are that they feel like a departure. They feel like a contrast. I think of it almost like you're going for a walk in the song, and then you see a bridge, you go across the bridge, and the bridge takes you to somewhere totally different. But then it still connects back to where you were before. So I think of it like a literal bridge. I also think of it like in a cinematic way, like in the cinematography, like you're maybe for the whole movie you're close up, and then in the bridge you finally see a wide shot, or maybe the whole movie you're in a wide shot, and then during the bridge you go close up and you see like a different perspective, which you did lyrically there really, really well. But I felt like musically there could be just a slightly deeper sense of contrast in the bridge, and you could do that any number of ways. You could do it in the register of your voice. You could do it in the accompaniment in the piano, which you play so beautifully. But what I would say is think about what makes your favorite bridges. What is it about them that make them effective to you and make them special to you? And then just grab one of those things and implement it into your bridge. And I think that'll go a long way. Yeah. And then there was one lyric thing. And I had a similar note to Josh that this applies to all of you. If you ever notice that you are using the same word twice in a line, so when Josh's, it was sorry if I come off closed off, and then with Laura, it was always spin around in a beautiful way, all of that spinning, and then I think you said spin again after that. Make sure when you do that that you're doing it consciously, that you're like doing it for a reason, and you can even make a thing of it in your delivery, like sorry if I come off closed off, like do it in the way that you deliver, you're like really digging into it. Otherwise, if it's not necessary, find another word that can bring more magic to your song that you haven't used before. Like, for example, the toy spins around in a beautiful way, all of that turning or all of that twirling or all of, I mean, go, I would literally, if this were me, I would literally go on rhymezone.com and find all the synonyms for spinning and find one that I've never used in a song before. And then you're bringing this like fresh sense of magic to the song rather than using a word that we've already heard.
Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Good job, Laura. Thank you so much. And last but not least, who do we have?
For our last one, we've got Zach, and he has a track on a computer, so we'll try to mic the computer. I think might be the easiest.
Okay.
Just so you can hear his vocal along with the basic track.
Great.
Heart is stuck inside a prison cell. They told me it'd be heaven, but it feels like hell. I can't be away from everyone for this damn long. I wish I did shit right, but it just turned out wrong. It's always darkest before the dawn, but it's only getting darker out. I'm trying my best to just stay strong, but I don't know. I wish that I could say goodbye before I have to leave you, dear. You were the sunshine of my life, but I gotta disappear into the night, into the night. All this pressure is in my bones, the gauge is filling up, I'm about to explode. I wish that I could just release. The void is calling to me. It's always darkest before the dawn, but it's only getting darker out. I'm trying my best to just stay strong, but I don't know. I wish that I could say goodbye before I have to leave my friends. They made my life shine with so much light, but now it's starting to get dim. It's starting to get dim. My light's starting to go out. Try to think, but my head just starts to shout. I don't know what to do now. Someone tell me what to do now. I don't know what to do. Someone tell me what to do. Someone tell me. I wish that I could say goodbye before I have to leave you guys. I love to bathe in your sunlight, but I can't stay to tell you why. No, I can't stay to tell you why.
Woo! Yeah, Jack. Woo! Oh man, you're tugging on my heart. This it's so honest and sad, and I really appreciate you sharing this with us. This again, this like the delivery, the character is 110% like I see him, and I also see this like very much set during this weird freaking time during the pandemic, during this period of separation, and um, it's just it's really strong. Um, I would one of my constructive criticisms is just introduce yourself because I didn't know we had started, and I think just saying like, you know, hey, I'm Zach. This is called blah blah blah. It's a simple thing, but it helps to put people in the space, in the listening space. So I thought you were doing a sound check, and then I was like, oh, we're going. But this is really cool. It's very like angsty in a way that I'm into. One thing that I'll say, just if I had to pick one thing, and again, like I, and this goes to everyone. I don't feel like a song has to have a chorus. I know I keep like harping on chorus stuff and catchiness and things like that. I think a song can be any combination of sections. I think it can be total stream of consciousness with a melody. I think your songs can be whatever you want them to be. But there is something nice about finding a sense of familiarity in the song, even if it's like an instrumental thing or a dog barking or like a whoop whoop whoop, something in there that creates a sense of like arrival and familiarity that really does go a long way for the effectiveness of the song. And I would say, um, Zach, that in this song, I'm guessing that that hook or that familiarity, that sense of return is the I wish I could say goodbye before I have to leave. Is this did I grab the right section?
Yeah.
And I right now what's ringing in my head is da 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 is like still playing in my head. That feels like the hook to me. And there was a really strong lyric there that was I wish I could say goodbye before I have to leave my friends, and there was something about light and then starting to get dim. Like that really stuck with me. That felt like really strong lyrical material there. And all I would say is just think about in the different sections of this song, think about rhythm, think about the register in your voice, and what notes you're landing on. Because I think that in a lot of the sections, you're like kind of landing on the same notes and you're arriving there in similar ways. Da 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 da. You're in this register a lot. And I think that now that the song's done and it's amazing and beautiful, you can play with that in your delivery. You can like riff on that so that in the verses you're not always landing in the same way and the same notes to arrive there, but like coming up with variations on the melody and coming up with variations that are pushing you that you come back to in the chorus. So you have these like variations of the verse and then also variations of the chorus that are repeated. Does that make sense, or am I too all over the place?
No, yeah, I get that for sure.
So play with it. Now that you've got the song done, play with it and play with your vocal registers to show just a little bit more depth and color in your delivery.
All right,
Beautiful.
sounds
Thank you so much, Zach. Good job. Whoop, whoop. Awesome.
And that brings us to the end.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much, Becca.
Thanks for opening yourselves up to me and doing it over Zoom. I know this isn't easy, but you know, we'll take what we can get. And I really appreciate hearing all your songs and your questions. I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Right on.
Thank you, Owen, so much for making this happen.
They say us too, but let's do it again sometime.
Awesome.
Thanks
Hooray.
so much for all your time, Becca, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Absolutely. See you on Wednesday. Thank you, Owen.
Yeah, have a great night.
Bye.